Hi, Eagles everywhere. Insider Dave Spadaro here at the NovaCare Complex. The 2019 NFL Draft is over. We want to introduce you to one of the key members of the Eagles front office here since February, previously with the Cleveland Browns, with the Colts as well. Andrew Berry, Vice President of Football Operations. You've been here since February, Andrew. You're in the draft room. What have things been like with the Eagles so far?
They've truly been fantastic. It's been an exciting couple months for me. To join an organization with a number of fantastic people in an off-season that's been ripe with a number of opportunities to bolster the roster and improve the team. It's been a great few months for me.
Take us inside the draft room and what was it like, the camaraderie, the chemistry, and just how everything was coordinated?
Yeah, it's a really well-oiled machine. I mean, Howie and Joe, Alec, Jake Rosenberg, all those guys do such a nice job with the entire process. And we really felt like we were firing on all cylinders this weekend. So we're really pleased with how the past 3 days have turned out, and we're excited to see a lot of these guys that we've acquired over the course of the next few months.
Andrew, remarkable path. A bachelor's degree in economics. Mm-hmm. You got a master's degree from Harvard, yet here you are in the NFL. Yeah. So share with us the path you've taken from there to here.
Yeah, so Dave, I really stumbled into the profession. So my first boss in the NFL was a gentleman named Tom Telesco, who's the general manager of the Los Angeles Chargers. At the time, he was the scouting director for the Indianapolis Colts, and he actually had scouted me and a bunch of teammates when I was a corner in college. So I went through the whole pre-draft process like a number of the guys that we have drafted and signed this weekend. And after I was finished in rookie minicamp with the Redskins, he actually reached out and said, "Hey, I think your background is really interesting. If you have an interest in working in football, we'd like to have you come interview for this entry-level scouting position in Indianapolis." I went on the interview, was fortunate enough to receive the job offer, and haven't looked back since. So it's been a wild ride for me, but a really good 10 years.
And part of this is about data gathering, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a major part of things. Where do you think this is heading for the game of football and for the NFL?
Yeah, I think you can see the impact of data really in any industry, but certainly in all the major professional sports. And whether it's scouting, high performance, contract management, talent evaluation, the use of data and richer data with player tracking technology, play level data, advanced metrics in the NFL is only going to help teams make more informed decisions really across all areas of football operations.
Right, so football is an ongoing thing. It's a 12-month job. Mm-hmm. The draft is over. What will you be involved with now that the draft is over and we start to get these players on the field?
Yeah, so certainly the roster building process, it's 24/7, 365 days a week. So there still will be a strong scouting element even though the draft is over. The other areas that's really exciting now that we have our guys back in the building are the player development and player engagement areas. And then there's also just the strategic elements of roster building, assisting in contract management, football research, things of that nature. So it's a full plate, but we're all really excited to continue to work to improve the team.
Andrew, you've been here long enough to get a taste of what it's like to be in Philadelphia, the sports culture here, and with the Philadelphia Eagles. How would you kind of describe things?
I think the biggest way I could describe the group inside the complex is collaborative and just really unified and aligned in their vision of building the team and building the organization. There are a lot of really, really bright people all across the organization in a number of different roles, and I feel very, very fortunate to be part of a strong team as we chase another championship.
So the Eagles making 5 draft picks, a trade for a 6th player. I know at times it's frantic. I know at times you've got to exercise a lot of patience. Specifically, what kind of things do you do in that draft room? Take us inside the draft room.
Yeah, so probably a couple key areas. Once we get to draft weekend, a lot of the evaluative work has already been completed. So at that point, it's really managing our strategic options. So whether it's moving up or down the board, considering different alternatives with players who may be available at your pick, also some modest assistance with some of the calls seeking out trade opportunities. And then lastly, it's really all hands on deck for the undrafted free agent process as we try to sign guys that we've targeted throughout the spring.
The frantic finish to the most important 3 days of the NFL offseason, agree?
No, certainly. It's certainly a time period where you can make a major impact on your roster, add a lot of young talent, and in our case also a little bit of veteran talent. So we're excited to see these guys as we enter the fall.
Andrew Berry, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, Dave.
Andrew Berry, Vice President of Football Operations for the Philadelphia Eagles. Thank you so much for joining us.